What do you make of what the US is describing as a serious escalation, the Iranian missile attack on Israel?
Well, I think it's certainly a big event. This is the biggest of three strikes that Iran has had over the past years. The first one was in response to the U.S. taking out General Qasem Soleimani. The second one was in April, and this is the third. Now, what I see in common between these three Iranian attacks is that they've been carefully choreographed, in which Iran told the U.S. through third parties that it was intending, that this was its intention. And what's also in common between these three attacks is that after each one of these attacks, Iran made sure, mainly through its delegates in the UN, to say that this ends our outstanding issues with Israel, i.e. Iran was saying, we do not intend to escalate this further. Now, I don't expect the Israelis to sit back. They'll certainly respond to this one, and then we will see whether Iran will respond to the response.
What was the defining factor, do you believe, Hussain, in Iran's decision to launch this recent attack?
Well, I think it's a culmination of severe blows that Israel inflicted on the Iran-led resistance axis, whether it's Hamas in Gaza or Hezbollah in Lebanon. On Friday, Israel took out the chief of Hezbollah in Beirut, Hassan Nasrallah. And Nasrallah is not only a Lebanese chief, he's high up on the chain of command of the of the Islamic Revolutionary Court Guard in Iran. So this was really some sort of a face-saving measure. The Iranians felt that they should do something, otherwise they will look really weak in front of Israel.
What concerns, what fears do you have, Hussain? Israel will respond. We don't know where, we don't know when. What concerns do you have on that, certainly escalating the conflict even further, but leading to an all-out, potentially regional war?
Well, I don't think this will go beyond Israel versus Iran. And the two countries do not share a border, so it's unlikely that we will see something that's sustainable or continuous. So this will be a tit for tat. Now, I think the Israelis are trying to signal to the Iranians that they will not accept to normalize these strikes. This is only the second strike of its kind that's direct from Iran to Israel. I think the Israelis want to draw a line in the sand and tell the Iranians that you've been fighting us through your proxies, we're fighting back your proxies. There's no reason why you should think that you can attack us straight in a direct way.
And how far do you believe Israel will take its conflict in Lebanon? How long will they stay in southern Lebanon? What do you see as the ultimate objectives there for Israel?
Well, this depends on the extent that the government of Lebanon is willing to do stand up, restore its sovereignty now that Nasrallah is gone. If the Lebanese government gives a commitment that should Israel stop or go into a ceasefire, that the border will be stabilized. At this point, Israel doesn't have such guarantees. And as this is the point, I think the Israelis are focused on clearing at least 4 to 6 kilometers in the south of Lebanon, which they think is the most dangerous staging area for Hezbollah attacks on its north and its northern citizens.